MLS, after the first leg, alongside Alejandro Moreno, we have a draw, and we're going to start with Atlanta against the Red Bulls. 3-0 to Atlanta. Was that a fair reflection on the game?
Very much so. Atlanta were dominant throughout the course of the game. New York was second best every minute of that particular game, second to every 50-50 challenge. Atlanta was good in every facet of the game. They attacked well, they defended well, they dominated the midfield. They had players on the outside creating opportunities, defensive players joining in the attack, and then you had your talented players taking over as well. So Josef Martinez was good, Miguel Almiron was good. You just found a team that was so much better in every facet of the game than the Red Bulls were, which is surprising because with 2 weeks leading into this game because of the international break, it was underwhelming to see how flat the New York Red Bulls were and how a team that has been so very organized throughout the course of the season and their strength is the collective, is the unit, that unit got disjointed and disconnected and they were all over the place. And at 2-0, because of how the game was going, you think, okay, well, look, hey, shut it down and then we'll see what we can do at home. And still you saw this team just in defending in ones and twos and disconnected, disorganized, naive in the way they play, irresponsible in the way that they defended. They gave up a third goal, and now it's good luck.
That third goal could be the killer. Why in the second half did they allow it to get away from themselves so easily?
Yeah, well, I think it's difficult when you're a player to think about the big picture when you're trying to get back into this game, rather than say, okay, look, man, it's not happening for us today. 2-0 is as good as it's going to be, then that so be it. Recognizing that as a player on the field takes a little bit of maturity. The other thing is that you being the Supporter Shield winner, you're thinking to yourself, look, we can come in here and we can get a result. We can come in here and we can play. And it just wasn't the case. And there's 70,000 people in the stadium, it's in the environment and the energy of Atlanta. I think that forced New York to try and get after Atlanta in the second half. That became a mistake, and 3-0 is just, at this point, it's just very difficult to see a way back. It's nearly game, set, match.
Pretty much, but the other one is finally poised, and Portland had 1 or 2 chances, but Sporting KC did as well. What's more important now, not conceding the away goal as far as Portland are concerned, or for Sporting KC not losing the game and having the second leg at home?
See, I think both teams will be okay with this result. The game was what we expected it to be. There's a lot of fouls and pushing and shoving and disruption and destruction of the game. Not a whole lot of creativity, not a whole lot of transition, not a whole lot of space for players to create chances and really showcase their abilities. Now in this second match, I think it puts Sporting Kansas City in a tricky position where this is a team that likes to be aggressive, that likes to press high. But if you do that against Portland, right, and Portland is able to break through that pressure, now you're playing into the hands of what Portland does best, and that's the transition through Diego Valeri and Sebastián Blanco. Portland is okay with the 0-0 because I think they believe they can get an away goal. However, going into Sporting Kansas City and trying to win game there, good luck. It just doesn't happen because this is a team that is so well organized and a team that really relies on each other. They're good in the back line, they're good in the midfield. If they just get enough productivity out of the front line, Sporting Kansas City, it's difficult to beat at home.
We saw Portland secure their spot by going to Seattle. Any fears for them? It's advantage who after the first leg?
Well, I imagine you have to say still advantage Sporting Kansas City because they're going to be playing at home. But you just mentioned that this Portland team, they're uncomfortable to play against because you think you have them, you think they're under control, and then they catch you in a counterattack and a transition, and now you find yourself chasing the game. And oh, by the way, mentally for the players, if Portland is able to score that away goal, then Sporting Kansas City, they don't really know what to do with themselves. And at that point is when you're really going to try to see and test how Sporting Kansas City can stay together and trust that they have good enough players to overcome a potential away goal.
It's definitely advantage Atlanta in the first semi. As for the other one, maybe a toss of the coin to decide that one.